Just some of the incredible moments for Canada at the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. It was a record-setting medal haul of the time, just part of the impressive legacy left behind by my next guest. You've met him on this program many times over the years, Chris Overholt. Up until just the other day, CEO of the Canadian Olympic Committee, 7 years. But he's off on a very exciting new adventure that we're going to learn about together. But Chris, number one, thanks for coming in. And congratulations. Kind of we're going to have a bittersweet conversation, I guess.
Yeah, I think we are. And thank you. Great to see you again. Great
Congratulations on this. Chris is leaving the COC to become the CEO and president of the Toronto franchise of the Overwatch League. The Overwatch. What is this?
Well, it's the premier eSports league in the world today.
Esports.
It has been, it's heading into its second season, and Toronto, as of this morning, has been awarded its very own franchise. So I'm really, really pleased and really excited to be involved with a great group of partners and a great group of people. And together, we're all going to launch a new esports franchise for the great city of Toronto.
And to join something that is, I mean, we're looking at these pictures, that is a phenomenon now around the world. Esports, just for people who don't understand, maybe late to the party, these are games, right?
Yeah, they're video games. And, you know, my first introduction to all of this was watching my boys grow up. And I was telling someone this morning, you know, the controller would run out and then they'd sit and watch each other play. And I actually noticed it at the time. This would have been 10 years ago. Today, millions of people watch. And today, the economics around esports globally are exploding. It's not arriving, it's arrived. And
well, so, I found I was just in advance of your arrival, $2 billion worldwide. No, sorry. 2 billion people playing, millions watching, and like it's going to double. And the revenue this year is almost $1 billion, and that's just gone up, nearly doubled in just a matter of years. So yeah. It is exploding, and obviously it's younger than other sports.
Yeah, no, the demo is quite young, and for the Overwatch game, actually, targeted primarily between kind of 18 and 25, even younger, 22. Which is, of course, a very interesting demographic for sponsors. And so to your point on the numbers, we've watched sponsor and ad dollars grow incredibly year over year, double-digit growth. Last year alone, almost $700 million, set to double again to $1.4 billion by 2021 globally. These are numbers that globally rival the NFL today, a league that's 100 years old. So,
and these are numbers that are appealing to people like Thomas Bach and the people who run the IOC, the International Olympic Committee. Here you are from the COC. There is a lot of talk about esports potentially joining the Olympic program. Some talk about this as soon as 2024. And Thomas Bach just saying the other day, we're not 100% clear whether esports is really sport with regard to physical activity and what it needs to be considered sport, but it's moving in that direction, and I know that's the wish.
Yeah, I think the conversation will watch it evolve over a number of years. We've already seen it develop even in recent time. In June, I was invited to join a panel in Lausanne, Switzerland, where Thomas Bach and former NBA star Rick Fox actually co-hosted 2 days where they had most of the entire esports industry there, including our friends from Activision Blizzard. They're very much watching this. It's very close on their radar. And, of course, the IOC should be watching and paying attention to new sports as they're evolving. We're watching this arrive on the mainstream. The ownership in the Overwatch League is a good indication of that. Robert Kraft, the Wilpon family, the Kroenke family, these are all professional sports owners. And so we at Overactive Media are really excited to be involved here.
Well, when you look at Olympic sport, you see them adopting many of the X Games, younger demographic, more exciting sport, trying to be in touch with what people are doing. But the question remains, though, e-sport. What do you think? Are these people, they're gamers, are they athletes?
I think they are. And what I can tell you is that we at Overactive Media, and it's true for many of the teams in the league today, we all think of it as such, and we build our operations as such. Our team, as an example, will have coaches, general managers, assistant coaches. We'll have sports psychologists. We'll have trainers and chefs. We'll have an operations team that looks and feels like an NBA franchise or an NFL franchise. And we will, with our partner Splice out of Rochester, New York, who have been long-time established leaders in the esports space, Marty and his team will basically run our team operations for us out of the gate. So we expect to be competitive starting this weekend when free agency opens for the expansion.
Free agency in eSports. This is we've got to get our heads around this. But I was thinking and talking to you. I mean, you're moving from the COC to eSports is, to me, rather symbolic of this becoming a legitimate part of the sports landscape as we look to the future.
Well, I think that's well said. Thank you. I'm flattered by your comment, but I really do think that the future has arrived here, and I'm choosing to join it. It can't be contained, and again, the numbers all say so. So again, we've got a great group of owners here, partners in this that are really excited about what we're doing.
Isn't that amazing? Well, I've enjoyed working with you over these years in the Olympic context. We'll have to get our heads around eSports, and maybe we'll be back talking Olympics in the very near future. Chris Overholt, all the best, and thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Heather.